Is your independence helping or hurting your marriage? Hey there, I'm Sharon Pope. I help women who are struggling in disconnected marriages get the confidence and clarity they need to know whether they can fix those struggles or if their answer is to move forward without regret. If you like what you hear, I hope you'll subscribe to this channel. So today we are talking about independence and whether or not it's helping or it's hurting your marriage. So when I was a young girl, when I was about 6 years old, my mom went back to work part-time and she was a part-time secretary. But by the time I was in high school, my mom was vice president of HR and I was super proud of her. And during that same time of growing up, my father was always sort of challenged in terms of his career. He was never really happy in it. And so he was either quitting a job or he was getting fired from a job. He was underemployed or he was unemployed. And every time he would make a job change, more often than not, that meant a move for us as a family because we would have to relocate to a different city, relocate to new schools, make new friends. So my mom was sort of the stability, and she also had a track record of success underneath her belt. So guess what that taught me? It taught me that I should be driven and I should work hard. And it taught me that I should never depend on a man. I didn't know it had taught me that until, an adult female. And then I started seeing how it was showing up in my relationships. See, I am a fiercely independent woman. For my 40th birthday, I went to Italy by myself for 10 days. So it doesn't matter if we're talking about building a business by myself, going to Italy by myself, um, I don't know, being in a position where I can always support myself financially. I'm very results oriented and I'm very driven. Here's the issue. We don't just turn that off as we come through the front door and step back into our marriages. And so this feeling of I can't ever depend on a man, think about this. If you're in relationship with me and I can't depend on you and I can completely support myself, right? Because men are often the providers and protectors. So I don't need you to provide for me. And I'm not a damsel in distress that needs protecting. If you're in relationship with me, what exactly is your role? It's a very confusing thing. But the other thing I will tell you is that I couldn't receive someone being able to take care of me. And so I want to tell you another story. It was an experience that I'll never forget it because I came home from work. I had gone to work all day and then I went and picked up a bunch of groceries and I was carrying the groceries in, and it was a kind of a walk to get from where I parked my car into my front door where you stepped into the kitchen. And I remember I'm in like 4-inch heels and I'm dragging all these bags. I've got bags all along my arms and I'm carrying them on. They're really heavy. And I come through the front door, and this is when Dee and I were just living together. We weren't yet married. And he comes running over and he starts taking the bags off my arms and setting them down on the counter. And I'm thinking, thanks, but I'm only a few steps away from the kitchen now. Where were you before? Well, he starts taking the bags and I'm kind of confused because I only have a few more steps. And he says to me, baby, you shouldn't struggle. Next time, call me. I will come to your car and get the bags and carry them for you. And it literally made me stop in my tracks. Just that phrase, you shouldn't struggle. I was like, is he serious? This is all I do is struggle. That's all I know is struggle. As a matter of fact, I wear it as a badge of honor, my struggle. But that made me realize that just because I can do all the things, carry 8 tons of groceries in 4-inch heels, doesn't mean that I want to. It doesn't mean that I have to. And that allowing, I'm going to say, a man's strength doesn't make me weak. And being able to receive his love doesn't take anything away from me. And that's a way that I feel like, because I attract so many type A women who are very independent and very results oriented and very driven, but really struggle inside of our relationships. And I think a big part of that is being able to receive love, strength, kindness, care from somebody else, and making space for someone to be an equal partner to us. So oftentimes, the very thing that makes us so successful as mothers and as entrepreneurs and business people, the very thing that serves us so well, that independence, sometimes is also the thing that is killing our marriages, because we don't know how to turn it off and we don't know how to receive that love when it's pointed at us. So if that was helpful to you, I hope that you will subscribe to this channel and you'll give this video a like. If you want to explore your relationship and whether or not there's a fit for you and I to work together so that you can finally get the confidence and clarity you need to know whether you can stay and fix the struggles in your marriage, or if the only answer is to leave, and how to do that without hurting each other, then I hope you'll schedule a truth and clarity session. The link to schedule that is in the comments field. Take really good care.